Hello, this is Sarah Brosh. Welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be another video about how I stand against someone's cancellation, someone who was recently ousted or fired from an organization, even though that organization tried to kill me, participated in the global vilification and defamation campaign that almost got me killed after the Living or Napping While Black hate crime hoax at Yale. So the person about whom I'm going to be speaking in this video, which will be a shorter video because I have a lot less that I have to say, is named Wilkinson, and he is someone who was part of this, I guess, think tank basically called the Niskanen Center. So this was much discussed on Twitter lately, in particular, social media, that it was outrageous that he was fired from the Niskanen Center. So just to let you know, of course, the Niskanen Center sort of touts itself as being this kind of centrist, common sense, middle of the road organization, that tries to see all points of view and tries to, come up with a compromise, centrist position on, on politics and policy, etc. So Wilkinson writes for them. And they, after the Living or Napping While Black hate crime hoax at Yale, of course, participated in the witch hunt against me that almost got me killed. They wrote pieces, not Will Wilkinson, I believe. Not Will Wilkinson himself, I believe, but other writers associated with the Niskanen Center wrote pieces, and the Niskanen Center published them, and they basically were, more or less death threats against me, an innocent anti-racism Yale grad student. So the Niskanen Center, actually, at some point I called them out on this, and I said, this is outrageous, you need to apologize to me, you need to retract these asinine pieces that you've published on your website. So then the Niskanen Center, their response was to block me on Twitter. Because if you're a think tank and your raison d'etre is knowledge production and dissemination of the truth, you absolutely want to stop the truth from getting out. The first thing you want to do as a think tank is stop the truth from getting out. So they blocked me on Twitter. So Will Wilkinson, I don't really know much about him, but he was someone who was like, lols, cancel culture. Cancel culture doesn't exist. Cancel culture is just super wealthy, super powerful people with immense platforms like J.K. Rowling whining because they're being held accountable for their bigotry and their transphobia, etc., by the marginalized masses on social media, who have a way to do this that they've never had before. So he was one of those. Lol, cancel culture. Basically, if you even use the term cancel culture, you're a bigot. So then of course he got canceled. So why did Will Wilkinson get canceled? So Will Wilkinson got canceled, and everybody just thought this was outrageous, ridiculous, and they were making all these jokes about Niskanen Center because they're supposed to be, a centrist, middle of the road, common sense organization, think tank. So Will Wilkinson got canceled because of a tweet. So he tweeted basically a bad joke, and after he tweeted it, he removed it and apologized profusely for it. Not enough. So what was this joke? I believe, this is a paraphrase, but it was something along the lines of like, if Biden really wants to unify the country, then he should kill Mike Pence. I believe that's what the joke was, something along those lines. Clearly it was a joke. Will Wilkinson was clearly not trying to incite political violence, trying to get anyone to kill Mike Pence, it wasn't clearly or seriously suggesting that Mike Pence should be killed by Biden or by anyone. And any person with half a brain could see this, right? But the Niskanen Center still fired him. And the reason why Will Wilkinson, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, had made this stupid joke was because I guess it was alluding to the fact that Trump followers had turned on Mike Pence because in their eyes, Mike Pence wasn't providing sufficient support to Trump. So that's why Will Wilkinson said, well, if Biden really wants to unify the country, everyone making jokes about unity, I'm just letting all the unity and healing wash over me. There's so much unity and healing. But anyway, so Will Wilkinson made this stupid joke about if Biden really wants to unify the country, then he should kill Mike Pence. I think he said drag him into the Senate chambers. And did he say lynch or hang? I don't know. Anyway, it was not advisable that he had done this, but it was a stupid joke. And he removed it and he apologized profusely for it. And anyone with half a brain could see that he was not actually suggesting that anyone kill Mike Pence. So anyway, so everybody was just dragging Niskanen Center left and right for having done this. So I believe that as of this date, that Will Wilkinson is still fired from the Niskanen Center. As most canceled people do, I think he probably has a Substack now that you can subscribe to. Just if you get canceled, except for me, of course, except for me. I'm the one canceled person who doesn't get a Substack. Everybody else does, though. It's part of the contract that you sign. Anyway, so that's it. So I basically just stood up for him. I want to wrap this video, but I don't want it to be too long. But I basically just stood up for him, and along with the entire chorus on Twitter, said this is absolutely asinine and ridiculous for Will Wilkinson to be canceled over a stupid joke on Twitter. And I am very happy to stand against his cancellation and to say that this was ridiculous and wrong, even though the Niskanen Center, there's no love lost between us. I hate them. I hate the Niskanen Center. They tried to kill me. They participated in the witch hunt against me that almost got me killed. They told disgusting lies about me. And then they blocked me on Twitter when I called them out for it. So yeah, the Niskanen Center sucks. They're horrible. But it was still wrong for Will Wilkinson to be fired, and I stand against his cancellation. And that's the story, kids. So anyway, I'll have all of my fundraising links below. PayPal me, GoFundMe, the direct link to donate to my wonderful attorneys at Rendezvous Legal Group. I love you all so much. Have a great night. Okay, bye.